What's up guys, it's Andrew. Welcome back to my channel. I decided I wanted to do a vlog this week for a couple of different things. One being the topic. I wanted to share my latest retro finds with you, especially given that today is the day that part 2 of Stranger Things 4 comes out. So I kind of wanted to tie it into that. Another reason is because I just kind of wanted to go over the whirlwind of the past couple of weeks, which I will get to later in the video. The reason I wanted to do a vlog this week is because, if I can be honest, a lot of the videos that I do take a lot of creative energy. The Andrew Ball Show, for example, coming up with ideas and writing. Other videos like Wake Up America, also coming up with ideas and writing. Even the retro remakes, yes, while the commercial itself, the audio is already made, sometimes I have a storyline that I write to coincide with it, or sometimes it's just a time-consuming project like my Coca-Cola commercial from last week, because I think we counted something like 18 different characters that I played, and so that was 18 different outfits and changing and different filming locations and different setup. And so it's not that it's difficult, it could just be time consuming, and it also takes a lot of creative energy. So after I do a couple of those for several weeks in a row, I kind of reach a writer's block or creative block, if you will. And so vlogs allow me to still create a video and put out a video, but also allow me to recharge my creative energy for those videos, because I don't want to make those videos if I'm just not feeling the energy for it, because I don't want it to, personally, I don't want to look at it and go, well, I wasn't feeling 100% and I still made it. And two, I think that that can be conveyed to you through the video when you can tell I'm not giving it my all, and I don't want to do that. And so that's kind of why in the past I've thrown some of these vlogs in there, because it's just a week that I felt tired creatively, and so this still allows me to put a video out and recharge my batteries, if you will, so I can give 100% when I do those videos. And more importantly, like I've said in other vlogs, I do enjoy vlogging because it allows me to talk to you and also allows you to see me in a more casual and or non-performing aspect, where I can just talk to you about different things and different conversations and different topics. So that's the reason why I'm doing a vlog this week. The topics, this is kind of multi-purpose. Mostly I wanted to show you the retro finds that I found this week, but there is a couple of bullet points, if you will, that I also wanted to talk to you about, and so this gives me the opportunity to be able to do so. So let's begin with some of the things that I found this week. It was actually a really good week for retro finds. I have been looking for something, and I'm not going to say because I have an idea that I want to use a prop for, and I don't want to spoil it before I'm able to locate one. So I won't say what it is, but I've been looking for it for several weeks. And so this week I went out. I went to about 9 different places between thrift stores and Goodwills and Salvation Armies to try and find it. And I didn't, but I did find a couple of things unrelated anyway that I liked. There was a lot more that I would have purchased, but I did have a little self-control, which I'm proud of myself for. So I just wanted to show some of the things that I did find this week with you. Topping the list, this one I didn't actually find. It was gifted to me. I have wanted a cream-colored push-button telephone like this with the base and the receiver for a long time. This was gifted to me by my grandmother on my mom's side. She bought a house a couple of years ago, and in the hallway it has a phone nook, and this was sitting in there from the previous owner. She doesn't have a landline anymore, so she never actually used this. When we were there for Easter, I had just kind of made a joke to her. I said, if you ever want to get rid of this, let me know, because I'm obviously not going to turn down having a telephone like this. And when she came down a couple of weeks ago, she brought it with her to give to me. So that was very kind. And so although I didn't find this, I just wanted to give a shout out to my grandma for gifting this to me. You saw it last week in my Coca-Cola commercial, and I'm sure you will see it in many more videos to come. Just a classic, good old push-button telephone. While we are on that topic, this is something that I did find. This I have wanted for a long time. If you recall my AT&T commercial that I put out last summer, I have been looking for this since then, and actually I was looking for this when doing that commercial, and I didn't find one exactly like this. But it is what's called a trimline telephone. It's the really skinny one that sits on the base, and then the buttons are on the receiver itself. What I found for the AT&T commercial was a solid brown one, or copper tone one. This was the more common color, obviously like that too, or a wall phone or a rotary phone. Cream color was just the common color. Although this did come in other colors like the solid copper tone one that I have, which, just a side note, it's like this. It's not a regular wall phone. A regular wall phone usually has like the buttons on it, and then this hangs up on it. Although you can hang these on the wall. Point being, this is the one that's hanging in the kitchen of the Wheeler's house. It's Karen Wheeler's kitchen phone, but in my solid brown copper tone one. This more common, but like I said, it does come in other colors, like the Wheeler's kitchen phone or the mauve colored or salmon colored one in the Golden Girls that sits on their end table in the living room. I have wanted this for a long time, especially when I was looking for a phone for my AT&T commercial, and I just happened to find it at a thrift store. 95 cents, that's no joke, so that was obviously a given. And something really interesting that I didn't even notice until after I purchased it, the date on this is June the 30th, 1983. So it celebrated its 39th anniversary, or 39th birthday of being issued anyway to whoever purchased it 39 years ago yesterday. On the bottom, I will show it to you if you can see it. It's from Illinois Bell, 6/30/1983. So kind of ironic that I found it this week, given that yesterday was the 30th, and it just had its 39th birthday. It will be 40 years old next year. Still has the original telephone number in the plate there. So I finally have my cream-colored trimline telephone. I don't know why, but I have somewhat of an obsession with telephones. It makes me wish that, and I've thought this before, especially for somebody in my case that makes retro videos, I wish, maybe I could do this in the future, that there was a place that had all these retro things, right? So you would go into this room and it would have a whole bunch of telephones like this and a whole bunch of colors, or a whole bunch of telephones like this and a whole bunch of colors, or a whole bunch of wall phones or rotary phones or princess phones or whatever, that's just talking phones in a whole bunch of different colors, or different things like TVs or typewriters or just a whole bunch of different stuff. You could go in for a project, say I'd like to rent this phone for the project, and then use it and then turn it back in. That would be so wonderful if there was something like that. And maybe there is, especially in the movie industry. I would assume, like for Stranger Things, yes, a lot of that they probably had a team that went out to find things, but I would assume there's also probably a place out there in the movie industry world that rents out props, because sometimes you can't find the things you're looking for, like what I've been looking for the past several weeks as a prop and can't find it. So I think that'd be so cool. You just walk in and say, I need whatever, plethora of things from the 80s, and they just had a whole collection of it, and you could rent it out and then return it like a library. That would be awesome. I'm very excited and proud to find this phone, and authentic, with the sticker. Just happened to be the same week that it was issued, 39 years ago yesterday. This I actually didn't find this week. It was a couple of weeks ago, but I still wanted to show it off. It is a Bell & Howell slide projector. So you would put the slides in here and then flip through it. There was actually two of them. This was at Goodwill. this was the better of the two. Not only did it come in the box with the original books and pamphlets, but this itself was in better shape. The other one was missing the lens. I've never really looked for something like this, but given that it was in the box with the pamphlets, I thought I could probably use it for something as a prop or commercial or something in the future. So I am guessing the year for this, given the pamphlets, this one says 1982, this one says 1978. Two reasons that this could be in there. One, the same person owned multiple and this got thrown in there, or two, they hadn't changed much. And so this was the master copy for this series. And then this is the specific copy for this model and model number. I thought it was really neat, given that the box and the pamphlets were in there. It was $9, I think. Although I didn't know I was looking for it, I found it and purchased it anyway. So that is my find for props. I've deliberated showing these to you because you will be seeing them in videos, and I deliberated whether showing them to you or just letting me surprise you with them in the videos, but at the same time, I don't really know how detail-oriented people are and if they would notice anyway if I surprise them. So you've seen by now some of the outfits that I purchased about a month ago that have been in my videos since the IGA commercial. I went ahead and purchased some more 80s retro clothing. So firstly, a couple of ties. This one is different, cream and white colored one with a thin teal stripe in it, and this one is a navy green and kind of fuchsia colored tie. Some of these are women's clothing, if not most of them, because I think men's clothing is a lot easier to make 80s, because I could just wear a suit that I have, change the tie, throw some of those retro glasses I have on. Making women's clothes 80s is not as easy. This is a purple and pink and gray and blue dress that looks like something that Nancy Wheeler would wear. That was my first thought when I saw this. This is a green and teal and pink or purple or fuchsia floral dress with the ruffles on it. This is a little more muted, which I think is good, because I think, and I've said this before, I don't like stereotyping the 80s. I like seeing these and going, oh, these are very 80s colors for sure. There was also some more muted colors at that time. This has white and kind of a really light pastel blue and pastel pink. I think we forget that these vibrant colors were also around. It wasn't just stereotypical neon that you see in like a Halloween costume, but more muted pastel colors too. So I did like this one because it is not stereotypical 80s, and that's kind of why I liked it. So it reminds me a lot of the blazer that I wore as Tammy McNeely in Wake Up America, and I've worn it a couple other times. It's very muted floral colors like this. This I purchased because, firstly, it's got a very large houndstooth, but secondly, the border around the bottom is horses with these tassels and belts like. There is a scarf in our house that has some of that similar style on it, and so I thought, well, I could wear the scarf with this and a black shirt and probably make it an outfit. Again, not stereotypical 80s, but 80s nonetheless. This, also a very good one. It is a two-piece red suit. So here's the bottom, here's the top, double-breasted of course. There's a video idea that I have for the near future, and I was picturing the character wearing something like this. And so I found it today and snagged it. All these old episodes of Oprah that I have watched, either she or guests, there's been a lot of red suits. This I saw and decided I wasn't going to buy it, and then decided I was, and kind of went back and forth, and so I I did end up buying it. The reason I bought it was because of the back, Time Warp 86, so authentic of that time. The reason that I was a little skeptical about buying it is because it's actually from a sorority. So I was like, well, am I going to wear it if it's got a sorority on the front? But who cares, right? Does it really matter? We'll just say my girlfriend gifted it to me in 1986. This is the kind of sweatshirt that I like, especially for retro, and I found a couple which you've seen in my other shopping haul videos. So those are my retro finds, props, and clothing, which you will be seeing in my upcoming videos. I forgot one of my favorite things that I found this week, this lamp. I have been looking for a retro 80s styled lamp. And I see a lot that are gold, which obviously gold a very 80s color, but it was just lacking something. I just didn't know what it was. And I didn't want to just bring home a random piece of furniture or a lamp because I don't want to take up space. So I've been very picky about what lamp I'd like to bring home, just to have extra props in the background for some things. So I've been very picky about my 80s lamp. I saw this and knew right away that I had to purchase it. Not only is it very 80s, but it has this, I call it almost a shell-like design. It's not actually a shell, but it's got it on both sides. It kind of looks like it. And is this not the Golden Girls color? I mean, really. The house, the interior, this is like the color that they have in the house. I was talking about the different colored trimline telephone earlier. This is it. This is the color of that telephone that sits on the end table in the living room. And this is one of the accent colors in the house. I'm really proud of my lamp purchase and that I exhibited a little self-control on the other lamps that I've seen, because then I may not have found this one. Okay, now I think that is all of the props and clothing that I have found, all of my retro related finds, which I just wanted to share with you because today is the day that part 2 of Stranger Things 4 comes out. I'm a little nervous to see what happens because I feel like somebody is going to die, or several people, and I swear to God, if Steve Harrington dies, I'm going to lose it. That kind of concludes the main topic of this video. I just wanted to briefly touch on this because I haven't had the opportunity. What a whirlwind of a past couple of weeks that it has been on my TikTok and YouTube channel in response to my Wake Up America video. I do not make videos for the views or the subscribers or the likes or the follows. I don't. I do it because A, I enjoy doing it, and B, I enjoy sharing it with you in hopes that you get enjoyment out of it as well. That being said, after 2 years of hard work doing this channel, especially this year, I'm only like 3 weeks away from reaching my goal of making 1 video a week for 6 months. I can't believe that. I'm very proud of myself. It felt really good to get some recognition for that, because people saw that Wake Up America video, then went back on my TikTok and looked at the other videos that I'd done, or went back on my YouTube and looked at the other videos I've done, and then saw, oh, this is kind of his motif. This is his thing. He does a lot of retro videos. I just can't describe that feeling. I posted that on a Friday. I have had zero luck on TikTok or YouTube for that matter, but TikTok for sure, because I started on TikTok first, of a video blowing up. And I got on a Saturday just to get on TikTok. and saw my notifications, all these notifications pop up. And then it continued into Sunday, and then continued into Monday, and then continued into Tuesday. And so June 14th, 2022 will always stick out to me in my mind, whether I continue YouTube in my future or not. At 4:30-ish, my YouTube channel had 156 subscribers, and that Wake Up America video had just over 300. And I thought, man, that's pretty good, 300 already. A YouTuber by the name of Johnny Harris, who saw the video on TikTok, then went to my YouTube, shared that video to his YouTube. And that evening around 10:30, I was still over at my sister and my mom's house, and I got on YouTube on their Fire Stick because we were watching something. And my name came up in the recent searches from watching a video of mine previously. So I clicked on it, and I saw that my channel had, at that point, it was 369 subscribers, and that video had about 2,000 views. I backed it up and clicked it again because I didn't believe it. And when I did it again, my views and subscribers updated just in that quick time. And I don't even know a good adjective, just shocked, just completely shocked. I really was. I couldn't believe it because it had never happened to me before, and it hadn't happened in 2 years. So if it didn't happen yet, I wouldn't be expecting it to happen. And that's why both the TikTok views or notifications and YouTube caught me off guard, because after 2 years nothing had happened, and so you just don't expect it, right? Now that that's kind of passed, that Wake Up America video has over 12,000 views in my channel. It's been ranging since then. I think at one point it was as high as 612. Right now that I'm filming this, it's about 607. It keeps kind of going up and down because I think there was a lot of people that subscribed to him who saw it and just automatically subscribed to me without really watching what I had on my channel. Approximately, my channel went from 156 subscribers to where it's sitting at now, about between 605 and 610, and that video has about 12,000 views. But most importantly, I wanted to share that with you because ultimately I wanted to say thank you. Thank you all. Thank you for those that have subscribed to me since the beginning. Thanks to those that have just recently joined. I'm just very grateful and thankful for all of you for taking the time to watch it in the first place, and then on top of that, showing your support. And so I wanted to ultimately say thank you. So I thank you guys for allowing me to throw a vlog in here every once in a while, just so that I can A, talk to you in a more casual way, and B, allows me to recharge my creative batteries so that I can give 100% into the videos that you may actually want to see. I hope that you enjoyed my retro finds this week, from props to clothes, and look for them in future videos. Thank you guys so much for watching. Please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe, and I'll see you guys next time.